All right, each panelist will have about 3 minutes to answer the question. Let's start to our far with the guy. I'll start reading. Go ahead, Drake. Manish.
Yes.
Recent trends in the music industry are mostly towards modern and pop. Only a few business ventures, such as Indus World Music, are making the effort to introduce and preserve this more historic and traditional form to the masses. Could you share with the audience what this project is, how it compares to other projects like Coke Studio, and how you plan to make it profitable in these challenging times with an increase of piracy and the death of CDs? Also, one question. Also, how do you see it beneficial to our audience?
Okay. Wow, that's a lot. First of all, so I introduced the project. This is the music of Indus, the essential rock. About 4 years ago, we started on an adventure to put together what is going to be and what is now one of the greatest classical music projects in the world of its kind. We scoured the streets, we scoured the villages from Lahore to Karachi, and we found the heads or the former heads or the leaders of the gharanas, all the different gharanas or households of all of these music households, if you will. And to sum it up, we flew equipment from here, we built a studio in Karachi. One of my partners is in the back, Nur Lodi, also co-founder of Indus World. Shahi Hassan, who's one of the great musicians of Pakistan, the bassist from Vital Signs, if you remember, at Dil Dil, Pakistan. And all of us have dedicated our lives to making this happen, if you will. So there is nothing like this, we know, of its kind. There have been compilations, there have been archiving of old recordings, but I think really what the purpose of this project was to shed a positive light on art, culture, and heritage of Pakistan, of course, and of classical music, and bring that to the world. And that's what we've intended to do. There's 20 plus artists on this project. There's a documentary, 150-page booklet. So that's how we're going to differ ourselves, Nabila. So far it hasn't been done like this. So that's going backwards. There are 10 CDs, there's a DVD, there's a surround sound DVD. Again, there's a documentary. We do hope that this project will not be pirated. We realize that is a problem. We realize that digital music has become the way that things are done. But as you walked into the room, you heard Rag Bilu. That's from this project. That was a beautiful Bansuri being played. I think that you take a look at where music is and the death of CDs, as Nabila said. I think that music, the media is going to keep on changing. When cassettes were around, people said, "What is this glass, thing?" And now my son doesn't even know what a cassette looks like. So I think that it'll always find its way, and pop will always come and go, but pure classical will always stay forever because there's heart and there's soul, there's purity, there's depth, and there's thousands of years tied into this stuff. I don't know if I've covered everything because I could talk forever. In any case, was there anything else on there that I missed? I think I covered some of it, right?
I think you covered it.
Okay, good. So that's what we're doing, and we hope that it'll touch your lives the way it's touched ours.
Let's go to Malika. Malika, green building has truly arrived as a concept. It's now being applied to more and more buildings internationally and also affecting building laws here in the US. You have been passionately involved in this cause for quite some time, and now you are hoping to take it to Pakistan with the Green Building Council. Please share with us your vision for the future regarding this topic and others abroad.
But it's a very broad topic. In California, we are already living in an environment where the government and architects and engineers are already involved in sustainable practices. About 4 or 5 years ago, we used to tell our clients that we can do some creative design options where you can have some sustainable things in the house, but the cost was always an expense always comes down where does it really meet our budget? Nowadays, of course, in California, it helps us that it's already required by codes. California has taken the initiative ahead of the rest of the US. So we don't have that battle. In Pakistan, we have so many natural resources, but we have so little energy. I mean, I'm sure most of you have been listening to the news. When we were young, we used to say that, you know, oh, the light went for 2 hours. Now we hear, oh, the light didn't for 2 hours. And this is mega cities like Karachi, and we have such huge problems. Since 2 years, we've been working with a lot of government agencies, the architect committees, and the engineers in Pakistan, and Siemens. And I'm actually very excited to share this news with everybody. As of last Monday, Pakistan Green Building Council is now part of World Green Building Council. And the exciting thing with this is that it actually opens up options for people in Pakistan. For example, we have a lot of manufacturing plants there, and then we export from there. But there are certain things that we cannot use in the construction industry here because they cannot be LEED certified, they don't meet the criteria for off-gassing. With this system now, it will help us because we are getting international support, and that would help us get to where Pakistan construction industry will be able to export abroad and would help the local industry there. So we are very excited about that.
Thank you. Jennifer, many of us work and, many of us work and retire in the private sector. We don't even give serious consideration to the amazing public sector opportunities that exist. The work you do to help transition workforce from the commercial to the public sector for careers in education is really commendable. What motivated you to pursue a career in this field of education and public?
I think the thing that motivated me most was a sort of the huge challenge, to be honest. I love kids, love working with kids. I was actually a 6th grade teacher myself. And as a teacher, I could see the need that my kids had to be able to connect with what was going on in the real world. And what Encore does, we connect scientists, engineers, not just retired, but anyone who's transitioning, scientists, engineers, chemists, and help them to connect with high school students. Ultimately, maybe they can become teachers. And what really got me excited about that was I sat down one day and I asked all of my kids in my 6th grade class, and I said, okay, everyone, what do you want to be when you grow up? And this is a really, really impoverished part of Houston, was where I was teaching at the time. And I was a teacher's assistant in Compton. So it was, just kids, I looked at them and they went around the room and, one wanted to be a doctor, one wanted to be a lawyer, and one wanted to be an engineer, and they all wanted to be all these amazing things. And then I said, well, how are you going to do that? I don't know. Well, that was clearly a gap that we could fill. And connecting kids with people who, like thinking about the amazing stuff that Malik is doing, thinking about the amazing stuff that other people in this room must be doing. Connecting kids with that passion, authentic passion of people who've made their lives being engineers or doctors or whatever, that helps kids to connect their own lives between, oh, I want to be a doctor, and oh, what does that mean? So that was really what drives me, got me passionate.